In a lively university filled with music, laughter, and the daily noise of young people chasing their dreams, there lived a girl named Sandra. To many, she was simply beautiful. But to those who looked closely, Sandra's beauty carried a quiet kind of magic, soft, calm, and almost unreal. Students turned their heads whenever she passed. Some whispered her name like a legend. And with 150k followers on social media, many called her a mini celebrity. Yet for all her fame, Sandra remained gentle, brilliant in class, loved by lecturers, admired by almost everyone who met her warm smile. Everyone, except the one who lived with her. Her roommate, Cecilia, had a heart full of shadows, cast by jealousy. Where Sandra moved with quiet grace, Cecilia moved with noise. Where Sandra lifted people, Cecilia tore them down. She wandered from hostel to hostel, market to classroom, spreading stories meant to spoil Sandra's name. And still, Sandra remained patient. "I like Cecilia," she would say softly. "Maybe one day she will like me too." One sunny afternoon, Sandra and Cecilia were walking to the market when a black G-Wagon rolled to a slow stop beside them. Its shine caught the sun like a scene from a movie. Cecilia reacted first quickly, dramatically throwing her hair and sliding into the car as if it were meant for her. "Hi, I'm Cecilia, but you can call me Sissy," she said boldly. But the man inside looked past her and smiled at Sandra. "I actually want to talk to your friend." Cecilia's face hardened immediately. Sandra, feeling the tension, pulled away from the situation. "Leave me alone," she said nervously. "You've made my friend angry." And she ran after Cecilia, choosing peace, as always. Later that night, Sandra apologized repeatedly, even though she had done nothing wrong. James Owonikoko a week later. The G-Wagon returned. This time, Sandra paused. This time, she listened. The man stepped out. "Hi, Sandra. My name is James Owonikoko. May I have your number?" He was wealthy, clearly yet humble. Gentle, respectful, Sandra hesitated, then gave him her number. Soon they became friends. Real friends. Cecilia noticed this friendship, and jealousy sharpened inside her like a blade. "My friend likes you," Sandra shyly told James one day. "But I like you," James said. And though she wished he would choose Cecilia for peace's sake, fate had already chosen a different path. 3 months later, he asked her out. She said yes. And in celebration, he gifted her a Rolls Royce. The campus erupted with excitement. But Cecilia broke. "This girl is a witch," she yelled. "I'll expose her." And in those words, something dangerous began. One thing had always bothered Cecilia. Sandra never allowed anyone to open the bathroom door while she bathed. Not once. Not ever. Suspicion grew inside her until she carried it to an herbalist. "Baba," she cried, "everything meant for me is going to her. Help me." The old man looked into his calabash, and his eyes filled with fear. "The girl you speak of is not ordinary," he whispered. "She is powerful, from another realm. Expose her secret, and she'll be forced to return to her underworld." And with that, Cecilia made her decision. She broke the bathroom door. Later, when Sandra went into Batty, Cecilia peered through the small crack she had created. What she saw changed everything. Sandra's legs had transformed into a shimmering tail. Her skin glowed like water under moonlight. And she sat calmly in the tub, brushing her hair. Beautiful, peaceful, and not human. Cecilia stepped back slowly, her heart racing, her face twisting into triumph. She had found the secret. Morning of the accident, Cecilia told James. He didn't believe her, so she begged him to come. Before 7 a.m., she dragged him into their room and pointed to the bathroom. And there, again, was Sandra transformed. "Sandra!" James shouted in shock. "Sandra!" James shouted in shock. Sandra rushed toward the door. Please, James. She cried, shaking, terrified. If they see me like this, I will die. Help me. From panic and love combined, James wrapped her in a blanket and carried her out through the back. By the time Cecilia returned with neighbors, they were gone. Everyone called her mad. James blocked her calls. At his house, James placed Sandra gently into a bathtub. Her tail glowed weakly. Her breathing was fading. James, she whispered, trembling, I am a water child. My mother sent me here, during a war beneath the sea. A kind family saved me. I have lived as human ever since. But now my secret is out. He held her hand. He loved her, no matter what she was. She needed shark blood to regain her human form, and James did everything to get it. While he fought to save her, Cecilia spread her story across campus. But Sandra denied it, and the world believed her. Soon, Cecilia became the outcast. James moved Sandra to a new apartment. Life settled again. Or so it seemed. 3 months passed. Cecilia arrived at Sandra's home, tears in her eyes, voice shaking with apology. Sandra, soft-hearted as always, forgave her and offered her food. While Sandra stepped outside to greet someone, Cecilia poisoned the meal. Sandra sensed the danger, but she ate it anyway, calm, unshaken. That night, Cecilia collapsed in her own room. The poison had turned on her. She was rushed to the hospital paralyzed, speechless. When Sandra and James arrived to visit, Cecilia tried to talk, but only weak whispers escaped. Sandra leaned close to her ear, her voice gentle as still water. Next time, she whispered, mind your business. I chose you as my roommate on purpose. I saw your future from the beginning. I allowed everything because I knew how it would end. She straightened, smiling softly. Later, in the car, James asked, what did you tell her? Sandra's eyes were warm, innocent. I told her I love her, she said. But the quiet smile on her lips told another story. And so the story rests here, in the quiet space between truth and mystery. Who is Sandra, really? And what mission did she come to Earth to complete?